Hello, this is Ashee from Crafting with Ashee and welcome to this video. Thank you for joining me today. This is the card we're going to make, and it's this lovely little spinner card. As you can see, it just spins. You just twist it round and round and round, hold it when it goes in the envelope, and then it spins. Isn't that fun? Really fun card, and I wanted to show you how to make it. And this uses the hot air balloon dies, and we're just going to stamp those now. We're going to do it a slightly different colorway. So, going to stamp first with some Azure Afternoon. There we go. And before we did mainly Flirty Flamingo and Fresh Freesia, but this time we're going to do some Balmy Blue next. So let's stamp this bit, and there we go. That one's Balmy Blue. Okay, so put that, and we're going to take in the next layering piece, and I'm going to use here some Fresh Freesia. I'm going to use that next to my Azure Afternoon. I do like Azure Afternoon and Fresh Freesia together. I think they're really well. You can see I'm just going to double stamp this just to intensify the colour. Lovely. And now I shouldn't have taken that off, because I'm going to need it again, as I realise. And then this is some Flirty Flamingo that's going to go with our I think that's Balmy Blue. It's either Balmy Blue or Pool Party. I can't remember off the top of my head. Everything will be listed and linked in the description box below, everything I used. So here we're going to do our baskets, and these are out of Pecan Pie. So there we go. Lovely. So put those away. And then we've just got our sentiment to stamp, and I'm just using my grid paper to get my sentiment as straight as I can. And I'm going to stamp this in Azure Afternoon. There we go. Put that away, close that up, and that should be all of our stamping done and dusted. Now we are going to cut all of this out using the matching dies, and these are the hot air balloon dies, and we're going to use this large one here, and also the one to cut out the basket. And then we're going to use the starter shaped dies. I'm going to use these banners to cut out our sentiment. There we go. And then I'm going to use my deckled rectangle dies, which I absolutely love because there's so many different circles. And we're going to use that to cut out the circle in our cardstock to make our shaker window. So you can see here I've got a piece of designer series paper, and I'm just trying to get that straight. And I've changed my mind obviously here. I did use my deckled circle dies, but this time I think I'm going to use my starter shaped dies again. I've decided here on the second largest circle. I'm going to tape that over, and I put everything through the Big Shot, and here you can see everything's being cut out. So I've cut everything out and made it really pretty, and now you can see here is our card base, and we need to cut that circle out of our card base again. So I'm just positioning my pattern paper on my card base, and I'm just holding in place with some post-it note tape. Now I'm going to fit over my die again, and I'm going to hold that down with some post-it note and run that through the Big Shot. And here we go. You can see here that it's cut out both, and I'm just taking off my repositional tape, and it's fighting me. So there we go. I had a little bit of a mark on the other side of my pattern paper, so I've turned it over, and we're going to use this side now instead. That's the beauty of having two sides to your pattern paper. There's always a way to rectify things. Okay, and as you can see, I cut out a frame, and that was using the largest and the second largest circle. And I've got a frame here. just putting a little bit of Tombow adhesive, and then I'm just going to fit it over the opening like that, and that's just going to frame up our window for where we're going to put our our twister in, a spinner bit I should rather say. Okay, so now we need to make our twister or spinner, so I'm going to put a little bit of glue at the bottom of my hot air balloon, and I'm going to attach my basket just like that, and hopefully try and get it to stay in position. Easier said than done. I'm just going to use my tweezers to clamp that down and keep it in position, and then I'm going to do the reverse side. No, actually first I'm going to measure out my twine, and this is just some of the In Colour Baker's twine. I'm just cutting off a piece that's going to measure the length of my card. Now while all of that is drying, I'm just going to add this little piece here. This was from the same die set, and it's just a little border, and I'm going to add this to the inside of my card, and I just cut this out of a scrap piece of the designer series paper, and I'm just going to put that down like that, and this is from the Darling Details die, and there we go. That's going to be for our insert. Doesn't that look pretty? And I just love how it just brings the whole card together. So let's stick that on the inside. Okay, so let's go back to our spinner element and check that everything's glued down. It is. So now I'm going to add my twine, and I'm just putting a little bit of adhesive along the center, and I'm just going to push my twine into that. Now I'm just putting a little bit of glue on the back of my basket, holding that down, and the back of the actual hot air balloon, and just matching everything up front and back so that it's, there we go, and you can see how it's spinning there. Okay, so time to put our card together. So we're just going to put this at the back of the piece of designer series paper. I'm just going to hold that down with some tear and tape, and then I'm going to put another piece here at the top, just keeping everything nice and taut. There we go, and you can see it's going to spin. So now we can attach this down to our card base. So I'm going to take off the backings, get rid of those, and then I'm just going to get my Tombow and stick that down, and that should go down nicely. I'm putting a lot of Tombow and also catching the ends of my twine with the Tombow so it seals the twine and it won't unravel in any way. And we're just going to stick that down, making sure our holes match. There we go, lovely. And now you can just see the spinner in action. There we go, beautiful. So let's clear the decks a little bit, and now we can put on our sentiment and our cloud pieces. Our clouds were cut out from the same hot air balloon dies, so now I'm just going to put a dimensional on the back of those. So I'm going to have one up there, and then another one there, and then I'm going to put the sentiment at the base, and I'm just going to catch the edges here in my azure blue ink pad, and this just helps it to pop out from the background so the white doesn't merge into the background. And of course we're going to pop this up on some dimensional, so let's stick those down. There we go, lovely, isn't that cute? So now finishing touches, I've got some of these rainbow adhesive dots, and I'm going to scatter a few different colours all over the background to my card. Now I should say, if you want more information about this card, the supply list, the measurements, etc., you'll find everything on the blog post. and you can find the link and all my social media links in the description box below. So if you've enjoyed this card, I'd be grateful if you could give it a thumbs up so YouTube know, and please do consider subscribing. So thank you again, and until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye.